You won't want to miss Saltburn in theaters.
It's a beautifully wicked tale of privilege and desire, and it stars a killer cast, including Barry Keoghan, Jacob Elordi, and Rosamund Pike.
Written and directed by Emerald Fennell, it's the follow-up to her Oscar-winning film, Promising Young Woman.
Critics and audiences are calling it dark, twisted, hilarious, and sexy.
Don't miss Saltburn in select theaters on November 17th, everywhere Thanksgiving.
Rated R, saltburnfilm.com.
Prince Harry spent his life living in the shadow of his mother's tragic death. But when he falls in love, he realizes it's up to him to stop history from repeating itself. In our new series, Prince Harry, Windsor of Change, we'll tell you how a prince without direction became a duke who found a family.
Listen to Even the Rich on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Happens when there's so much that happens. Watch what happens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that happens?
Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today is the wonderful and hilarious Mr. Ronnie Karam. Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
Guy, how are you?
Good, thanks. We are going to be recapping Real Housewives of Miami today. Always a delight. Before we get into that, this is on video, so come catch us on video. Oh, I still have my roller rink background up from when we did Salt Lake City. I'll take that down in a second. But it is video, so if you want to see the video, if you want to have your first eyeballs on it or first looks or whatever, go to patreon.com/watchwhatcrappens. Sign up on Crappens On Demand level. You get to watch these videos before they go onto YouTube a whole week before. You also get access to our bonus episodes. We have 2 really fun bonus episodes this week about BravoCon. I know everyone wants to talk about BravoCon. And speaking of talking, this coming Monday, please do not forget. Please put it in your calendar. Set a reminder. Crappy Hour is back every other Monday. 8:30 on the East Coast, 5:30 on the West Coast. We are going to be talking all sorts of stuff. I'm sure we'll still be talking about BravoCon. I'm sure people will have questions about that, or people have gossip. There's gossip coming out every single day. So we'll talk about gossip. We'll talk about shows. We'll talk about all the things. It's on our Instagram, at WatchWhatCrappens. Follow us there. Also follow at Ronnie Karam, at Ben Mandelker. Ronnie's losing his mind because
I'm going crazy over here. Okay, I'm still in an Airbnb today. This fucking, no, I can't escape the fucking leaf blower every episode. How is this happening? And then we finish the episode and he walks away, and then we begin an episode and who's fucking here? The fucking leaf blower. Again.
I get it.
It's a Krampus curse. This is worse. It sounds like he's in the room.
Listen, it's okay. We'll just pretend it's the sound of Alexia, like walking around her apartment, just looking for Todd.
Should we just stop and wait for him to come?
No, we're not going to stop. It's okay. It doesn't sound bad on my end.
It sounds like Lisa trying to clear her throat in the morning. Like,
I have separation anxiety. Like, so this episode of Ronnie's
do you see everything blowing? Oh, Jesus.
He just knocked over something. Ronnie, I swear to you.
I'm a disaster.
It's okay. It's okay. I just wanted to let you know it's okay. And I'm not willing to pause this episode anyway, because after this, we are actually going to record Even the Rich. By the time you hear this, it's already going to be on the air, by the way, so go listen to it. But we're going to be recording Even the Rich later. And I am not willing to cut into our buffer time between our podcasts and Even the Rich. So we are going to have...
Do you see him?
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, he's literally right there.
I told you.
Under a sign that says Happily Ever After. He's right there. There's no leaves there. What is he blowing? There's no leaves.
He's torturing me, I'm telling you. Obviously not his fault, just doing his job, but God damn it. Okay, so he should be out in a minute. Sorry, everybody.
We're going to push through. I feel like the more you draw attention to it now, the more we're all fixating on it.
Well, the more pissed off I get, the more it's going to happen, because that's how the universe works, and I know this. He keeps coming back. He's literally now he's blowing pillows off of the thing. I can't.
Yeah, it literally is spotless out there. The guy needs to chill out. So
he's leaving now. See, complaining does work.
See, it worked.
Okay, everybody. Thanks so much for your patience. This is the most unprofessional podcast on the internet. So if you haven't hung up on us already,
I'm not gonna argue
keep listening. This is going to be a super fun recap.
Well, it is actually be super fun because this is the episode where we get the taglines for Miami. So the first tagline we get is Alexia. who comes on and says, "Oh, well, Peter, I'm the Cuban doll, and Miami is my dream house."
Who says the next one?
Larsa.
Larsa's like, I don't need to keep score like because I'm always like winning like.
And then we get Guerdy, who says, "Hard times are temporary, but I'll be fabulous forever. Goodified. Goodified."
Who's the next one? Oh, Adriana.
Julia.
It has to be Adriana, right?
No, Adriana doesn't have one. It's Julia.
Oh, it's Julia.
My life is like a song, and I always sing with God.
Lisa's next. She goes, "Take me off my throne, and I'll bring down the kingdom. Or I'll just find a smaller throne to sit on and talk about the kingdom a lot."
Yeah, this one, I was like, I hope nobody burns down Lenny's house. You know what I mean? Because we've got a suspect, okay? We've got a confession.
I know. Don't admit your larceny.
And then Nicole's
or
is,
arson, I
don't
should
let
say.
my private plane fool you. This girl always stays grounded.
Well, I like the sentiment behind that. Like, she's grounded, but you're also saying you're like a grounded plane. That means you're malfunctioning in some way, or there's a terrorist threat, or terrible weather.
Don't
Like,
worry
when
about
a plane
my
is grounded.
plane.
It's
This
usually
plane
not a
has
good
been
thing.
grounded.
Don't worry about my plane. It's not safe to fly. It's grounded.
We can't afford to put gas in it, but we have one. So right now it's on the ground.
I need to be de-iced.
Yeah, I didn't write the names next to them, assuming that I would know who said them, but I didn't. So I think that's not a very
Listen.
good sign.
You're in a tizzy. You had a leaf blower. Now, this is also something was unique about this. This is very Miami. What I imagine, like, this to me is what I feel like Miami South Beach is. What happens next, which is that we get lots of B-roll footage from around South Beach and Miami, people like on the beach and doing things, and the music's like dun 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 dun, and then the music sort of like stops. It's like dun 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 dun, and when it stops, it just like focuses on some random sort of dad bod kind of guy lifting a weight at the gym, at the public gym, and just like he has like a belly. And like we see it for a moment, and then we go back to the beautiful people. It's like da, 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 da. I was like, did you just like body shame a person in your own in your own B-roll? That's just so cruel.
That's very Miami, though, to be like, look, someone who without a perfect body. And
I know.
It's going to be a sad episode.
Beautiful people. Ugly person. Beautiful people.
So we open with Larsa and Marcus, and they have been delivered some green grass elephants, which
Like
why?
a topiary. An elephant topiary, like a faux topiary.
No, because a
topiary.
topiary is like the leaves, right? This is grass.
But it was grass? Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was like either way, it was greenery in the shape of an elephant. It was big. And Marcus is like, that's fire. I'm like, no, it's tacky.
And the
More
guy
tacky
who
than
brings it
anything.
in is like, these are structural. They're not just elephants, they're structural elephants. So you can sit on it. And Marcus is like, no one's sitting on that. She goes, what do you mean? Like, you're not sitting on it, maybe? Like, maybe some of us are going to, like, sit on it, like.
He's like, trust me, I'm not sitting on that. I'm like, what do you have against sitting on a grassy elephant? He's afraid? You
Probably
afraid,
that
bro?
he just paid $50,000 for this grass fucking elephant, and Lars is just going to be up there trying to ride it. Okay? It's very expensive.
Cut to the meme of Michael Jordan crying, just seeing his son and his son's life. He's like, this is the legacy I have now. This.
So then Julia is washing her dog in the back of a truck. And then we go to ice cream with Nicole and her kid. And she's inviting Guerdy to happy hour because she can sense that something is wrong with Guerdy. I'm like, wow, you've got such a good second sense. Was it when Guerdy was crying and shaking and telling Lars, just be there for me? Just be there for me. What a
I could
psychic
tell
sense
that-
that something's wrong with Guerdy.
Yeah. She's like, I can tell something's wrong with Guerdy. So I'm going to take her to a public place and get her drunk in front of people like Adriana and see how it goes.
Yeah. So then Adriana's house, scratch Jody's house.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's the whole thing.
Dun 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 dun. Fat person. Hey, leave that guy alone. That's just me. How am I even in the shot? Why are you calling me fat? I'm just a little chub. Fuck out
Not
of here.
everyone has abs in Miami. Okay, stock
Sorry.
footage. So Lisa's like, wow, this could be exciting for Adriana to see what you've done to the place, Jody. And Adriana enters with an orchid, which, as we learned from Jeff Lewis when we were on his show, he sends orchids to people once he's gotten into fights with them. So Adriana walking in with an orchid, I was hard to like, is this a delivery from Jeff Lewis? Was there a feud between Jeff Lewis and Lisa?
Now she's like, oh, I love what I see. I can't even recognize the place now. You changed everything. The walls, the flooring, me, my son, my husband. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Yeah, it used to be more bohemian and artistic. So we see flashbacks to 2013 where it just basically had tiling. That was, I think, the big change. I wouldn't say it was like that much.
Well, they
that
did
much
the
more
Miami
artistic and
gut.
bohemian. Yeah.
Well, they did the Miami gut where they just replaced literally every single thing and made it sleek and modern. So
They're showing all the sleek and modern things. They just cut back to the guy lifting weights on the beach. Like, really? Even now?
everything's so sleek except that guy.
He's like, listen, you're showing a house. Why are you even cutting to me? Stop it. I'm trying to get into shape. That's why I'm working out.
So Adriana's like, I had my bachelorette party here. You weren't there though, right, Lisa? And she's like,
I was there when you were setting the wedding dress on fire. That was pretty fun.
And we see them lighting a dress on fire. And Adriana's like, life is so unpredictable that like maybe 10 years from now, I'll be married to Brad Pitt. And like at least in Lenny's old house, like a girl can dream. I'm like, do you want to be married to a 70-year-old Brad Pitt? I feel like the stories that have come out about him in a marriage have not been great personally. So let's
let Brad Pitt alone, you know?
Maybe aim for someone else.
Yeah, surely there's somebody new besides Brad Pitt we can all pick. So also, he's
Kanye
not the
West.
one you want to be remodeling your house. You know what I mean? So then Adriana's like, wow, the bedroom, you really broke all the walls out and everything. And Jody's like, well, I had to put more closet in here because I don't know what I'm going to do about Lisa's closet because I already had to put in like a lot of closet. So what are we going to do about Lisa's closet? And Lisa's like,
Well, the next door house is available, so we could combine that house and this house. Why don't we do that?
And she's like, yeah, Jody's kicked around the idea that it might be nice for us to move in together and then move into the next house over, and soon we'll be bigger than Lenny's house, New Kingdom. But right now is not the time. I'm still married and we need to ease into it. And if I move in with Jody, I probably will lose all my spousal support. So we got to keep it separate for right now.
you got to love Lisa. She's not ready to commit yet, but she's ready for this guy to buy her a whole other house that he can remodel into this house.
So now we go to a gym, and Larsa's doing some like light squatting, and then Kiki comes over and Alexia. They all do like a workout sesh, and then they're like falling off the exercise balls and being wacky. And Kiki's like, these kind of balls are not my kind of balls. I squeeze balls. I suck balls. I don't lay on balls.
Dick. I love Dick. Just Kiki.
Except bald people, dick.
Kiki, that's her entire story this year again. Is like, I love Dick.
Yeah,
They're
pretty
like,
much.
guys, should we bring back Kiki as a friend of Kiki? We just wanted to have a quick interview with you. What would you be bringing to this season? Dick. You know, Kiki, you brought that last season. We were hoping for. Oh, I got it. Balls. You're in. You're in. Thank
like
you.
that.
That's all we needed was just a little something added to the table, Kiki.
Yeah, a new twist on the same old classic. So now after the workout, they're all talking, and Larsa's like, last night was so fun, like. And Alexa's like, oh yeah, well, I was like trying to have fun as well, but like obviously Toad wasn't there. And Kiki's like, I was like, bitch, they just got married. I hope they're okay. Like, I hope they're not having problems. Dick balls, right? Especially when you mentioned you're getting divorced. Like, why would you say that? Were you not sucking his balls enough?
And Alexia's like, why would I say that? Because you were all thinking that I was going to get divorced. And Kiki's like, but then that made me think, are you okay? Is there more to the story? And Larsa's like, yeah. Because, like, when you were giving your speech, like, you know, it wasn't to do with Anthony and Nicole, right? Because there was already an apology. So, like, who else, like, would he not be comfortable with in the room, like? And Lexi's like, I don't know. But I think that maybe if he's uncomfortable with anybody in the room, maybe it's Adriana. But I don't know. I'm not having a fight with anybody, so I don't know. What? Me?
Kiki's like, I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, Adriana's always going to be a problem. I'm finding out, you know, as we were running to the event, she went on and this is what she said. And we see a flashback, which we knew was going to come back to Alexia, of Adriana saying, like, why would Alexia be without Todd? I mean, Todd's material things enable Alexia to feel like she's, you know, better than some of us because she's in higher financial situation.
Yeah. And so Alexia's like, well, first of all, Todd is very humble and so am I. And she's not happy to hear that I'm happy. And she would love to hear that I'm getting divorced because that's the kind of person she is.
I just want to reiterate, well, you know, Peter, I want to reiterate, I'm very humble. That's what you are when you're born a star. You're a humble person.
So then Adriana or Marysol calls and Alexia's like, oh my God, hi, we're working out. We didn't invite you because I know you don't like working out. She's like, oh, I hate working out, but I just wanted to let you girls know I'm planning my annual gay brunch. It's where a bunch of guys who work out come. I like people who work out. I just don't like to work out. And guess what they've got on them? Cockies.
I've been doing big gay brunch for about 3 years
Copycat.
now. Like, yeah, the first one started in New York, and it was spectacular. It was an 8-hour lunch where I tried out all my new props, and they gave me props. That was wordplay. Anyway, they all drank and ate and skipped out on the bill, and Steve was really pissed at me, and I thought, let's do it again. I was like, that is the most predictable outcome of that entire experience.
Especially if you call it gay brunch. Like you're going to bring us all in to use as your props. You're paying. Okay. Also, Sonia's been doing that forever. You're such a copycat. She's so unoriginal,
true.
Marysol. So
That's totally true.
Julia, and of course, it's just an excuse for her to be like, look, I have bottles that say cockies on them.
Right. And then I love this. Marysol's like, well, I had Julia on the list, but I feel like she doesn't really like me so much, so I don't need that energy at my fun gay brunch, you know? Yes, by the way, congratulations on disinviting the only
gay
LGBTQ
person.
member of your cast to your big gay brunch. Well done. Well done.
So Julia comes to Lisa's to meet Adriana. So they're all three there now. And Lisa's like,
Oh my God, you were so on fire last night at the party.
and Julia's like,
I was upset because my issue with Marysol is she spreads rumors, unsustainable rumors, and this is bad for environment. I'm farmer. Only sustainable rumors for me. And then she washes her hands and takes hands away. Now I say, thank you for washing hands. This is very good. But maybe hand wipes because a lot of gallons go into washing your hand. Farmer.
Marysol likes to stir the pot, that's for sure. She probably goes home and churns her butter. No, not butter. What is it? Cauldron. I was like, what?
so Lisa's like,
What? Larsa said that Guerdy's emotional. Like, why was she even crying?
So then we cut back to the other ladies at the exercise place. And Kiki's like, do you know why she was crying? And Lars is like,
Well, she was like, I'm going to need you. Like, what does that even mean? Like, I don't ever know what Guerdy's talking about. Like, what does that even mean? Huh?
No one's ever said that they needed me before. I just thought I was totally useless. And Alexa's like, well, give her a chance because, like, maybe she's going through something, you know? And Lisa's like, I mean, why isn't she telling anybody? She's back there just, is she making butter also? Is she churning butter? How many people are churning butter in this group? I want to know. I mean, she was crying for crying out loud. What is that? How come nobody knows?
so it's like, dun, 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 what's going on with Guerdy? So then Larsa and Marcus are at Abba, which I guess is a chain. I didn't know that. We have one in Austin. It's good.
Really? Oh, by the way, a Cava is opening here in Los Angeles. I say that just because I feel like every time I'm in Austin, I always wind up eating there.
I haven't been there.
You know, we went there in Philadelphia. It's like the bowl. I'm like really into Cava all of a sudden. It's like the place with bowl. It's like sort of Middle Eastern style bowls.
Good.
It's fast casual. There's one I think on Congress, in Austin. Anyway, just an update on fast casual food, everyone.
Guys, we
So-
eat things. So
I just wanted to yes and your ABBA is a chain story.
yeah, it's a good one. So Lars is like,
You know what? Like, I feel like I need to eat healthy, like, because, like, I've just been eating bad and, like, it catches up, like, because Marcus eats bad and, like, we eat late. And I don't know if it's, like, being in love, but, like, I'm definitely in love chub phase. I've literally gained, like, I feel like XYZ pounds being in love with Marcus.
XYZ pounds. And she's like, hey, hey, Marcus, do you think it's like I'm like annoying like when I like wake you up like and I'm like a drill sergeant like and I'm like hot 2, 3, 4 like and do you think that's annoying? And he's like, no, I need a push in the morning. It's nice. It's like I have a mother figure, you know? She's like, good. Because, like, when I get our coffee and I come back and you're, like, still in bed, like, I'm just like, get your ass up, like, get up, like, like.
And we see the first cracks begin in this relationship.
Because she's basically dating, like, a youngin'. And she's like a mom who's like, wake up. There's a whole day. And he's like, I want to sleep in because I partied last night.
And he doesn't have to do anything because he's rich for the rest of his life.
Yeah, and there's that too.
She's like, what the fuck? And she's like, you know what? Like, he's like in Orlando, like, and I'm like in LA, like, and here, like, but like, I just like don't really want to rely on him. I'm like, yeah, Larsa, sure. Okay, date a poor person and then say that. Okay, don't date Michael Jordan's heir, whose name on Instagram is even heir to MJ. Okay, or MJ heir. And then say, I just don't really want to rely on him. Of course you fucking want to rely on him. So she's like, so that's why I'm doing this like incredible career is starting a podcast with him. I'm like, okay. So now this is your big independent moment, but you're also relying on him for the podcast because it's a couples podcast. So
two people who have literally nothing to say about anything getting on a microphone and talking.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a crappin'.
Today, hip-hop dominates pop culture, but it wasn't always like that. And to tell the story of how that changed, I want to take you back to a very special year in rap.
88, it was too much good music. The world was on fire.
Yeah. I'm Will Smith. This is Class of 88, my new podcast about the moments, albums, and artists that inspired a sonic revolution and secured 1988 as one of hip-hop's most important years. We'll talk to the people who were there. And most of all, we'll bring you some amazing stories. You know what my biggest memory from that tour is? It was your birthday.
Yes, and you brought me the Sade life-size cardboard cutout.
This is Class of 88, the story of a year that changed hip-hop.
Listen to Class of 88 wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge the entire series right now on the Amazon Music app or Audible.
It's commercial.
So then we see a tweet. Well, she's really excited for the podcast because she can clarify all the misinformation people have about them. And we see these tweets. One is like, Larsa Pippen genuinely doesn't think dating the child who you babysat and watched grow up when you were at the time the wife of his father's teammate is an issue. And then someone else saying, she's playing the long game, MJ's son inheritance. She's like, I want to clear it all up. I want people to see that we're like in love, like, and we have so much in common, like for instance, we both love combos because we like peanut butter and pretzels. That's love, like.
And he's like, yeah, there's so many misconceptions about us. Oh, yeah. Okay. So Larsa's like, oh, you know what? Like another question we should ask like on our podcast is what's the proper time before you should like get engaged and married? Like subtle Larsa. And he's like, well, I would say that's situational. She goes, yeah, but like, what's your opinion on it? Ha ha, ha ha ha.
He's like, well, for me, I'm always so focused on work. And by work, I mean the not work that I do. And like what I was going to do outside of playing basketball and obviously my dad's shadow. And I just put like marriage and life and like kids off my radar. And like, but now with you, it's something I'm reconsidering. Ha 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 ha.
And so the producer's like, is he gonna propose, Larsa? And she's like, I don't want to jinx it, like we are where we need to be right now. And so he has to go to Atlanta to handle his store. And she's like, I don't know if I can handle like a week without you. Like, what am I gonna do without you? I'm like obsessed with you.
And he's like, yeah, my days are definitely better when I'm with you because when I'm with you, I get to be on TV. Like, so that's for sure. She goes, I'm obsessed with you, like.
Yeah. So then Lisa's driving and she's on the phone with Jody and she's on her way to the temporary support hearing. And he's like, that's just like so messed up for me because you're like asking for child support, right? Isn't that all you're asking for? And she's telling us,
Yeah, well, there's already a divorce temporary spousal support, and just make sure you're getting divorced through divorce. Well, you're getting money through divorce. Like, I mean, this guy's worth like 50, 60, 70 million dollars, and you're fighting me over something we shouldn't be fighting about. Just make it make sense.
you signed a prenup. Okay? That's let me make it make sense for you. Prenup.
So then the lawyer calls up. He's like, Lisa, let me tell you something. I've got news. You can turn around. You don't have to go to the hearing because Lenny agreed. He's giving you $5 a month. Congratulations. Major victory.
It's like, I won $5,000 a month. I can buy that house next to Jody.
It's like, Lisa, that house is about $18 million.
Damn it, I lost.
Lisa's like, well, you know what? Getting $8,000 a month, it's bullshit. You know how to take care of everything and what, like, me and my children were accustomed to. You know, those big, hard, glossy floors don't build themselves, okay? So I want to get my money and what I'm owed.
Yeah.
And she's like, the kids are with me 50% of the time, so he's got to shell out for a girlfriend. I guess that's expensive. I mean, why would that girl even want to be with somebody 30 years older than her?
Hello.
28 years I could see. 28 years I could see, but 30? That's wild.
Could we rewind to the 50, 60, 70 million part? What do you think? Why were you with him? Because of his charming fucking personality? Get out of here.
Yeah, let's be honest. So then we have like as we go to a commercial break, you know, they said coming up on the Real Housewives of Miami. I think they had Marysol do it. I couldn't quite tell the voice, but I think it was Marysol. And I think Marysol was so excited that they told her you get to do the coming up on the Real Housewives of Miami because she goes like this, coming up on the Real Housewives of Miami. I was like, okay, settle down over there.
She finally gets her chance. So we come back to Marysol's gay brunch, and she's like, oh my God, there's nothing done here. I mean, what is this, our bar? Somebody's got to be putting the bar together. Oh, God. What are we going to do with these disco ball cups? We need to put out disco ball cups. Gay people love disco balls, and I'm a gay icon. Anybody?
Wait a second. Hey, Mr. DJ, I thought you were going to be shirtless. Oh, my God. This is the most underwhelming gay moment of my life. There's like, listen, if there was a negative gay zero, we'd be a quadruple gay zero happening right now. Okay, this is ridiculous.
Do you remember last week in episode 1, we were like, wow, Marysol came back and she dropped all of her props and bullshit and gay icon shit this season. And then nope, they were just waiting for this episode. It's like episode 2. She's like, I got disco balls for everybody. I'm a shirtless guy. I'm a gay icon with gay parties every year.
Yeah, we just didn't see her props last week because they were in the box ready to go over to this party. She's like, I'm not taking them out of that box. I already packed. We'll get them out of Barton G.
So then we are going to intercut this scene with the happy hour at the Oyster Place Key Bar. And let's just wait for everybody to slow-mo walk in. It's Nicole slow-mo walking in. Whoa, it's Julia. She's walking in, but not like normal. It's slow motion.
Yes, so they all arrive. I feel like this was the place where Alexia and Nicole like buried the hatchet last year, but I could be wrong. And I don't know why I'm even bringing that up because it really impacts nothing. So they all sit down and Guerdy is saying that she's really nervous to share her breast cancer diagnosis, but she knows she has to start telling people and she feels like this is the right time and place, the right group of people. So that's what's on her mind in this scene. And then we go back to Barton G, which, by the way, if you're having a party at Barton G already, like, you really should go fuck yourself. Like, you're basically forcing people to go to this like overpriced place. Literally, it is the restaurant of props. Like, this is the most Marysol place because this is the restaurant where they come out, like every piece of food comes out with like an oversized like presentation of props, you know, like this is where they went on Atlanta and many shows where you order a steak and it comes like a giant knife in it or something, or it comes like inside a giant, like a jukebox. Like, it's so over the top. And of course, Marysol does it here. And
I've never been to that place.
I've never been either. I just have watched it. I just know that the food's supposed to be terrible and supposed to be extremely expensive. And it's just all gimmicks. It's basically where basic people go to take photos of their food and put it on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
So there you go, everyone.
There you go.
It's no ABBA.
Well, I'm going to tell you what they're going to do in this restaurant. They're going to take gay photos and put it on their gay Instagram. Yeah, because I'm a gay icon. That's what we're doing. So the gays all arrive, and Marysol's like, monkey's coming. Gay Brush is all about new friends. I hope everybody brought a new friend, okay?
And Kiki's talking about how she went out the other night and she ran into Lenny's mistress's ex. I don't know, husband or boyfriend, but the ex. And they love the ex because like he's basically Lisa in the mistress's world. So Kiki's like, let me tell you how much of a good friend I am. I am willing to get with Lenny's mistress's ex-husband just to get revenge for Lisa. Lisa, girl, I got you.
So then at the other restaurant, Emilio Estefan comes up to the table, and Adriana's like, oh my God, what a surprise. It's Emilio Estefan, my producer. Everybody, look. This is crazy. I can't believe he ended up happening to be here on the day that we're shooting Miami. Come on. This is nuts.
And they're like, is Gloria here? He's like, yes. She's hiding behind the coat rack, waiting for you guys all to leave the restaurant so she doesn't have to be on camera right now. Okay. So then she's like, Adriana's like, oh, like play my song. So he's like, oh, I got it right here. Okay, everyone gather around. And he starts like playing the song and no one can hear it. They're like, yeah. Was that a cymbal? Was that a snare drum? That's good. Yeah, I like it.
She's like, oh, you know what? Fire was a hit. However, Emilio came to me and said, you know what, Adriana, you need a song that's going to be on the radio. So then they brought me Emilio, and now I'm going to explode. Wait, wasn't Fire Emilio? Or was that not?
I thought it was, but it wasn't. It wasn't, apparently.
She just met with him, but then she also did Fire.
I think Faya is what got her the meeting. It got her in the door.
Oh,
and now
okay.
she's got a new song. Maybe she can do like a collab with John Cicada.
I hope this one can be Hose, because fire is very dangerous, and you need a resolution if you're gonna just like tell everybody to start fires.
Miami was on fire because I got a hose.
Dirt. Everything is dirt because it was on fire. So here we go. Great gay brunch. And she's like, cheers to the gays. And the gay's like, oh my God, cheers to gays. And then Alexia and her gay come, and her gay is like, oh my God, I'm not wearing any underwear. I'm so gay. I'm wearing leopard print. It's like the gayest. Yes, gay.
Kiki immediately is like, okay, do this. She like basically tells him to shake his midsection. He's like, if I do that, my dick is gonna start swinging and you'll see it. She's like, yeah, that's the point. Dick. I love dick.
I'm sorry, balls. Kiki, could we try that again? Balls. Show me the balls.
So hard to get into my third season. I'm still stuck in last season's script. So now Lisa is talking at the other place. At Gay Brunch. She's like, so while I was exiting the New Horizons party, Julia and I bumped into Todd. He seemed very low. Is everything okay, Alexia? Like, oh yeah, Todd. Oh yeah, everything's perfect. I mean, like, I think he was like very overwhelmed by like the entire group, but like, I have his support on what he feels. We're totally in great space, not getting divorced whatsoever. Everything's good.
So there's no talk about divorce?
She's like, oh my God, listen guys, there's nothing going wrong with Todd and I. We fight hard. Okay, but guess what? At the end of the day, love wins. Love wins.
Unless you no longer have the love, then love loses. But if you have the love, it wins.
Love wins.
If the love went down to the gym while you were having your love upstairs with your friends, then, sometimes love doesn't win.
I mean, look at you, Lisa. Love wins.
Wait a minute.
Okay, bad example. Look at Marysol. Love wins. Isn't she divorced? Okay. That's a bad example too. Okay.
Adriana, love wins there? No.
Okay, you know what? I'll find a better saying. I'll find a better saying for next time. So then Adriana back at the other place is like, well, when I was leaving the party, I ran into Todd and I said, hey, Todd, if I ever or inadvertently hurt you, I'm sorry about that. And he said, don't worry, you never hurt me. And don't worry, we're good. And Nicole's like, so then who's the culprit? Who did he avoid in the group that night? Well, then I said, you guys are just going to need some time to figure out your marriage. And he said, right on the nose. That's it.
Guerdy goes, he said that? And by the way, what are the odds that Adriana has misinterpreted something Todd said? Todd's probably like, right on the nose. Every time, like, I don't believe the story at all. I believe that he said the words, but that she misinterprets the tone.
Yeah.
So Adriana says, Alexia is trying to project an image of everything is fine, but like the evidence suggests that there's way more to the story than he's letting on.
And she's like, there's trouble in paradise. That's what it is. So then we go back to happy hour, and Kiki, okay, in the last scene, Kiki started kind of twerking all alone, kind of in the corner of this patio. And when we come back to this scene, she's still twerking alone in the corner of the patio. And Lisa's crawling on a gay. And Marysol's like, oh, that's a monkey. That's what we're always calling her, monkey. And then we see a big bottle that says, cocky.
So then Larsa FaceTimes Marcus. She's like, I'm going through withdrawal. And everyone's like rolling their eyes because it's like, girl, he's been gone for like 2 days, right? So Larsa's like, hey, everyone say hi to Marcus. Say hi, Kiki. Say hi to Marcus. Anyone want to say hi to Marcus? Gaze, you want to say hi to Marcus? He's like really hot. He's like really hot. Look at him. He's like really hot. Look at his personality. So hot.
So they're like, wow, she's laying it on thick for a rich dude. You know, it's been 2 days. So they all think it's pretty bizarre. And Lisa's like,
I've never been this in love in my life. Oh, wait. No, we're talking about Jody now.
Because Kiki's like, you know, I just want to make sure that, you know, we love Jody, but we just want to make sure this isn't a rebound situation. First of all, it is a rebound situation, and let her have a rebound situation.
Yeah, let her have a rebound. By the way, let's not also overlook the fact that Larsa announces that she's going to be having a welcome home party for Marcus next week. And everyone's like, Kiki's like, a welcome home party? For your children? What? For Marcus? What? Like, why are we throwing a welcome home party for this guy for a week?
So Lisa's telling us Jody's empathetic, he's kind, and he wants to talk about feelings, and she's never experienced that or hasn't in years.
You know, and look, I mean, he is obsessed with me, but the guy should be more obsessed with the girl than the girl is with the guy.
In other words, rebound. There's not love here.
I support the rebound. Like, who cares? Who cares if it's a rebound? If it's making her happy, like, go for it.
It's a rich rebound.
It's a rich rebound that might make Lenny mad. I like it. So Adriana's talking about that, how she and Julia went to Jody's house. She goes, which happens to be my old house. And he goes, liar. You're such a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar, Adriana. You're a liar. And Adriana's like, no, when we went there, like, we were talking about how, like, she keeps talking about how she wants to get the house bigger and like the house next door. And everyone just sort of is a little concerned that Lisa might be like diving in a little too hard too quickly with Jody.
Yeah. And Julie's like,
you know, you would drop the floor if I told you you would have to stop and count. Wait, both ways. If you feel like I like this person, then why not? You know, like you would drop on the floor if I told you how many times I've been engaged.
And they're like, oh my God, how many times? She goes,
well, there's the guy in LA. Then the same year, an English boy and possibly girl, I forget. Wait, how many have I counted so far? 6 already? Okay. Then there was marriage.
There was goat. There was goat. There was boy, girl, boy, goat, another goat, boy. Martina. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. I mean 6, 9. She basically was trying to say that she's only been engaged 6 times. Then she lets it out that she was engaged 9. And I feel like not even Martina knows that.
Yeah, she's like,
Martina won 9 Wimbledons and I won 9 engagements. Did I say that? Oh my God.
So Nicole's like, well, what was happening at the Nuevos Horizontes party, Guerdy? Because I feel like I know you, and we had eyes, and like, what was happening? Because like, I saw your eyes. It's like, you also saw her storm out crying.
Yeah.
And telling Larsa, be there for me. So they're finally asking her, right? So Guerdy is like, you know, I was having a hard time being there because Larsa comes up and she's like, why are you calling me fake? And I was like, what? Who? Me? And I was looking around, like, who? Me? Because she acts out every story that she tells still. Right. It's so funny. And she's like, I was in the wrong place and time for that. Okay, I'm going to do double okay hands. Here's double. This is how much. It was aggressive and it was abusive behavior. Both aggressive and abusive. Look, the holes are coming together. Now it's not a turkey. It's a peacock.
So then Larsa over at the gay brunch is like, I still don't understand like what happened with Guerdy. Like, I mean, you were there. I'm like still so confused. Like, as I was leaving your party, she hugged me. I was crying. I was like, I'm gonna need you. And Lisa's like, for what? Who needs Larsa Pippen for anything? Am I right, everyone? Larsa's like, I don't know. That's what I said earlier. So I called her. So we see one day earlier, Larsa calling Guerdy, and Larsa's like, what the hell's going on with us? I feel like we're never in the right place. We've never been in this place before, I should say.
Exactly. That's why we need to have a side conversation that's just us. It's just us. And so she's like, yes, I'm like curious to see what she says like. And Johnny is saying, give her the benefit of the doubt because maybe she's going, obviously she's going through something, right? And Larsa has no clue at all. Like she can take no social cues. She's just like,
I mean, what the hell's wrong with her? I might need you for what, like?
She's also like not willing to, she doesn't seem to understand the idea that like someone might be going through something. So therefore you can like give them grace. She's like, but why? I mean, I'm the one that's going through something. My boyfriend's in a far off land called Orlando. So now at the other place, Guerdy is she's at the table and she's starting to cry. And so Adriana's asking like, are you okay? And Guerdy's like, I don't want to, don't touch me right now. And Adriana's like, sorry. And so Guerdy says like, I went in for a mammogram and that turned into an MRI. And that turned into like 1, 2, 3 biopsies. And as she's saying this, we see Nicole and Julia listening. And you can see on Nicole's face, like Nicole's face drops because I think Nicole knows where this is going because Nicole already had a conversation with Guerdy about test results. And so you just sort of see it on Nicole's face like, shit, like it is like, I know where this is going. So it gets like very, very real very quickly.
Yeah, so she's like, I have breast cancer. And so they all start crying, basically. And she tells them that she's in stage 1 and she's going to go get surgery. And there's a question once they take it out, they can measure it to see where, like, on what scale it is for chemo or whatever. And she doesn't even want to say the word chemo. And this was just a really touching scene. Adriana's like, well, I'll be here for you. And I was crying,
It was so sad. She's basically like, look, you've got like your friends, we've got your family. And Guerdy's saying that she's like really scared, and she's also scared for Russell because there's already so much on his plate and she almost feels bad that she's putting this on the plate. And Julia, because Julia's actively in this position with Martina, is like, listen, we do this for love. Don't worry about Russell. It's not even a sacrifice. Like, I'm in this situation with Martina. She's had 2 cancers. It's not a sacrifice for us. This is like what we want to do.
Yeah. And so they're all crying and hugging. And then Guerdy starts joking about how she has the best boobs. And she's pissed because she's got these small nipples and everything. And she's like, and I said to Russell, like, what if my boob goes down? And Nicole's like, okay, well, if it goes down, then he can kneel down and look up at it.
Like it's a pretty quick solve. Okay.
So they're like, here's to cancer. We're going to beat cancer. And Guerdy's like, yeah, we're going to Guerdyfy cancer.
Guerdyfy cancer. Which it seems like that's exactly what she has done, which is great.
It definitely is easier getting through this when you know that she's okay,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So then we go over to now after both these events are done, Alexia and Todd are going to dinner and they sit down, they're outside. They sit down at this dinner and like a fire dancer just walks by. I was like, I've only been to Miami once, but like, so I have very general ideas of what Miami is, but this totally fits with my concept of Miami. You just go to a restaurant and some people swinging fire just walk by,
yeah, pretty much,
like looking over the drink menu.
And Alexia's just like, oh, there's the fire, babe. So,
and Todd's like, get that out of my face.
So then the waiter comes over and she goes, let's order everything so you don't distract us. It's like, what the hell? Do this at home. I'm gonna guilt the waiter.
So you don't distract us. You're the one who brought a camera crew into a restaurant
that has fire. God forbid someone distracts you. There's a fire twirler walking around.
I know. So they start making small talk after they put in this order so as not to be distracted for the rest of the evening. And, Alexia's talking about how Frankie got a haircut and that Peter was in the area, so he dropped by. And we find out that Peter had been living in downtown Miami, which Alexia did not like. But recently he moved to Alexia's neighborhood, probably because he finally realized, oh, wait a second. My mom will probably pay for any place I live in, so why not live in a nice place in a nice neighborhood?
Yeah, and she'll also do everything for me, which she does. So Todd's like,
is he excited to have him near you now?
And she says, I am. I can't wait to do his groceries for him. And he's like,
what? Come on.
like, I feel like she's
dirty.
just,
He's a man. You can't do that for him. He's a man.
she's just pushing him at this point, you know, because this is probably like the main point of contention for them. She's like, I can't wait to do his grocery shopping. He's like,
Come on. You want to buy groceries for a man? He's 30.
she goes, it doesn't matter the age. Men need more help than women.
Yeah, men are really defenseless. You know, I wish that our, you know what? It's a shame that men don't have societies that are built around their power structures. You know,
if only men could catch a break.
I know,
in the
right?
modern day, especially men who've never had to work for anything in their entire lives. Crazy.
Oh well, you know, like I'm working on like letting go of Peter, but like I feel like at the same time, you know, like Peter loves having me close, and like we share the same housekeeper, so she always keeps me informed. Like, and that's like really smart. By the way, that's really smart. Like, always get the same housekeeper as your son, because that way she tells me everything that's going on.
She's got
I'm like,
a
it's not the same
spy.
housekeeper. It is Alexia dressed as Mrs. Doubtfire coming on over.
She's just like riding the Roomba, like.
Oh, hello.
You just see blinks passing you by. Blink. Blink.
Come on, baby. The kid can do everything. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Let him clean up his own mess, baby. Come on.
So this restaurant's ridiculous. Another ridiculous restaurant. They bring a margarita inside a box of smoke.
The box is also like I think it's an American flag, if I remember correctly. So it's like a flag box, whatever flag it is, but I think it's American flag. So yeah, it arrives. I guess everyone's just trying to out Barton G, you know. So they cheers. They toast to Alexia being a super mama. And, you know, they talk about how she has different obligations as a parent than, you know, someone like Todd.
And she's like, and that's what I tell the girls in my group. I may have less patience because of what I'm dealing with in my personal life. And it's very uncomfortable because he gets this really uncomfortable look like, oh, because, you know, he wants to be like, you don't have to deal with your kids like this. You're doing this to yourself. And then she's like, I know he doesn't want me to grocery shop now, so I'm very mad at him. So they're saying that in their heads probably, but they're not saying it to each other. So he's like,
Well, I think it's super great that you had the party, and I know I stressed you out by staying at the gym, but I did have a great workout and a steak in the lobby, right? So I saw everybody downstairs, and I said goodbye to one at least.
What do you mean you had a steak in the lobby? There's no restaurant down there.
Yeah, well, I found one down there. It was fine. I just brushed it off.
So she goes, well, you know, like I knew the girls were going to have their questions and their doubts. And he goes,
Yeah, well, we would have done the same thing, Alexia. If we went to anyone's house and if the husband wasn't there, we would have talked all the same shit all the way home. Don't you remember last season?
She's like, oh yeah, that makes sense now.
So she's like, you know what? I'm like, you can't let them change the narrative and say you weren't there, you know? But whatever. That was my only point. That was it. And he's like,
Yeah, but to have certain people in my house on the guest list, you know, I understand why you're inviting them, but like, I just can't be comfortable in my living room there. You know, like I've learned from experience, if you're not comfortable, stay out of harm's way. All right? I'm not going to risk it and regret it in the morning.
So then the producer says, have you ever bailed on Todd for an event that was important to him? Alexia's like, never. And then basically Alexia's saying it was tough, but he's like,
Thanks for supporting me, babe. Thanks for doing that.
and Alexia's like, well, did I like it? Not really, but you know what? Sometimes you have to support your husband.
yeah. And he kisses her and he goes, look how much lipstick you got on me. And she goes, marking my territory. And he goes,
I'd rather you pee on me.
and she's just like looking around annoyed, like, oh my God, I can't believe I married this stupid. He actually bought his own steak to feed himself. What kind of man is this?
So now we go to Larsa and Guerdy meeting up at like a cafe, and Gertie's like, I'm very hopeful that Larsa and I can put this behind us and start over, because I do think she's like a fun girl, very dumb but fun, and we can bond in many different aspects. Like, I just hope that she's receptive, and I'm willing to start fresh with her, and if she's willing to listen and respect me.
So they talk kids, and, you know, how's everybody doing? And then Lars is telling us, I don't know, like, what I'm expecting. I just, like, want to, like, understand. Like, I feel like what she's going through. Because, like, she's going through, like, what I feel like, they're, like, I feel like highs and lows. And then she's, like, doing press calling me fake. Like, what did I ever do to her, like?
So Lars is like, okay, so So, like, okay, by Alexia, like, having that event, and I called, and I said, like, let's start over. Can we talk about that? And Guerdy's like, okay, so I wanted to be vulnerable. And it's like, okay, but we're not going to cry, right? We're not going to cry, like. And she's like, well, I can do whatever I want. She's like, but let's not cry, okay? We don't cry here. There's no crying in Housewives.
And she's like, that's not really the right approach to approach the date, to say no crying. And she's like, Guerdy, but like at Alexia's house, you didn't even give me the chance to say like what I'm saying. Like explain to me why you're on social media saying like I'm fake, like I've been nothing but nice to you, like we're on like two completely different planets, and I personally think Alexia's place is not the place to do this.
Social media is though. Burn, like I just burned you, like. And Guerdy's like, you're in this entourage world, and you're thinking like this is all about social media, but like me calling you fake is not that big of a deal. Because let me explain to you something. Okay, you're disrespectful to me. Okay, to me.
But like how like.
But the way. Okay, stop it. Okay, the way you. But no, stop it. Stop it. But like the way you talk about me is very disrespectful and dismissive.
But like how?
I have given you a lot of grace when I felt dismissed and disrespected.
Yeah, well, same like.
And Larsa always does that. When you come up with a point with Larsa, she goes, same. Like,
but you like say that you don't even know. You say that, but you like don't even know what you're. I don't know what you're saying. What are you saying? To be honest, I never know what you're saying.
That's my point. You're not listening. Okay, that's my point. You're not gratifying your ears.
It's because you say too much. Okay, like maybe if you say less words, people who don't like words will understand what you're saying.
Don't box me in. That's what I can't stand, when people say you use too many words, because that's my childhood. Okay, that's all I dealt with. And you started this conversation by saying don't cry. Okay, now you're saying too many words. What if I want to cry many words all at once? Okay, I came to this country and I wasn't allowed to cry, and I didn't know how to speak English, so now I cry and I speak many words.
Yeah, same. Because like I speak 4 languages. Same.
It's just, no, you did not come to this country not speaking the language.
She goes, yeah, but my family came to the country.
Your family is not you.
It doesn't matter.
It's not the same thing. It is not the same thing.
Like, whatever, like.
Yeah,
whatever like.
Whatever, like.
I think that, Larsa, you need to offer a safer space for people to be open, Larsa.
Oh my God, are you really gonna cry right now? You're gonna cry right now? I thought we were gonna cry right now.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh my God,
Larsa.
like she's
Please
crying right now.
Please be patient with me, Larsa.
Do you want me to start crying? Do you want me to start crying? Do you want me to tell you everything that's going on in my life?
I actually kind of would like that. Yes, I actually kind of would like that.
You do? I just got a grass elephant.
Okay, you know what?
It's
okay,
hard.
That's it. We're done. I don't want to hear about the grass elephant.
It's really
hard,
though.
We're done.
But like,
we're done. I don't want to hear about it.
But like,
okay?
why are you
I don't want to hear
crying?
about it.
Like, what are you crying about?
I need a safe space.
But like, why are you crying?
The grass elephant and me, we both need a safe space right now.
But like, I apologize to you. So like, what are you crying about? Same.
That grass elephant
Same.
doesn't know how to speak this language.
Same.
And that brings us to the end of Real Housewives of Miami.
It ends with Larsa hectoring Guerdy. What are you crying about? What are you crying about? What are you crying about? And we all know, obviously, and it's just like this. And they don't even show previews for next week, but it's just like this thing of like, oh, okay, so this is going to end in one of two ways. Either Guerdy's just like, Larsa's going to feel like a piece of shit when it comes out, when Guerdy tells her, because Larsa's sitting there like, why are you crying? Hey, stupid face, what's going on? Why are you so emotional? You stupid face. And Larsa's like, sorry, like.
Larsa has never been the brightest bulb on that tree, but
it's
you know
not really
what?
Picking up on things.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. We still have Beverly Hills coming up and Southern Charm this week. We have a 2-part bonus on BravoCon, both of our experiences, both at home and at the festival. There's a new Dwell Hello this week, a House Hunters recap, and Monday night is Crappy Hour at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time on Instagram Live. That's our live show. Come talk to us. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Stroll in the park with Caitlin Clark.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. She's never scary, it's the Green Fairy. Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know your worth with Jason Kurth.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying, it's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg. Ruru LaRue.
The Bay Area Betches.
Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly. It's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. We want to hang with Liz Lang. The incredible edible Matthews sisters. Nancy Cease and Desisto.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
She's the queen bee. It's Sarah Lemke. Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony.
Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She's quite the catch. It's Victoria Cotchett.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.